Hello, I'm Brian Morris, a Solutions Architect at SUSE. Please note that in the YouTube description for this video is a URL to the setup guide and the URL to the general RMT server installation guide located on the SUSE documentation website. The setup guide has been updated for SUSE Enterprise version 15 update SP3 or higher. Today's video will pick up from part 4 in the series, in which we configured the RMT servers for sharing of the client registration, and now we'll focus on the region server itself. Recall from the initial video that the purpose of the region server is to direct the cloud client to the RMT server closest to the client, ideally within the same data center. The prerequisite at this stage is that you have a fully installed RMT server or servers functioning properly with repositories populated with the SLES or SLES for SAP products required for your clients. If you have any questions regarding this prerequisite, please refer to the previous videos and the online documentation. Now, let's get started again with our initial drawing. You will see that the region server is a dedicated server and is well suited to be a lightweight virtual machine due to minimal CPU, memory, network, and storage utilization. It is recommended that you build the region server to match the version and service pack of the RMT servers due to their collaborative nature. It is also important during the setup that you register the region server directly with the SCC just as you did the RMT servers. Once the region server is operational, you are now ready to begin to follow the step-by-step instructions in the setup guide for deployment. After ensuring that the public cloud module is enabled, the command given in the setup guide, SUSE Connect list extensions, will provide the output shown here as an example. Note in this picture from my lab, the public cloud module is already enabled, as noted within the red circle. If it was not enabled, the line directly below the public cloud module would show you the command to copy and paste onto a command line to activate. In our case, it would be the command shown here. Now you're ready to perform the next step to install the required Cloud Region Serve package as outlined in the setup guide. Once the Cloud Region Serve package has completed installation, you will need to edit the region data config file. Here is the edited region data config file from my own lab environment. Public IPs contains a comma-separated list of subnets that the region server will compare to a client IP address to determine if this region is the closest to the client. If the region server determines that the client is within the public IPs listed, the region server will return the following 3 lines to the client. If the client IP address did not fall into the subnet serviced by the RMT servers, the process would fall to the next region listed in the region data config file, as defined in the step guide. Contained within the 3 lines returned to the client, there are entries for each RMT server within the region, and the order of how they appear on each line must match in position. It is important that the lines be comma delimited with no space after the comma, which I have pointed out with the red circle for emphasis. Note as well that the screenshot only shows one region, Phoenix. This is because I only have one subnet in my test lab, and Phoenix is the name of my region. In a production environment, you would have region servers located in each geographic region. So if I had a secondary region, say in Dallas, I would have entries for the Dallas RMT servers in this same file below the Phoenix entry. As per our overall networking drawing, this is what allows a cloud client to utilize a region server in either region and be directed to the closest RMT server available. Follow the described steps precisely in respect to creating the region server certificate, or the server handshakes will fail. Once you've accomplished the final 2 steps of enabling and restarting the Apache server with no errors, then you are ready for the beloved step, the final step. If you do have any errors with any of the deployment commands, I urge you not to skip past them, as each command produces results that are required for the subsequent command. Utilize your log files, commonly located within the var log directory, to determine what the error is. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to completing that final step with you.